Welcome to What Am I Looking At, a podcast from the Department of Art and Design at Arkansas State University. My name is Dr. Leah Long, and I'm a professor specializing in ancient art. Throughout this series, each presenter will be giving insight into works of art that are in some way unusual, sometimes strange, sometimes hard to understand. I hope you enjoyed today's exploration of the visual on your radio. In the ancient Near Eastern galleries of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York stands a colossal sculpture of a fantastical half-human, half-animal creature. The figure, called a Lamassu, combines the bearded head of a man, body of a lion, wings of an eagle, and horn headdress of a Mesopotamian god. The ancient Greeks named Mesopotamia as the land between two rivers, the region between the Tigris and the Euphrates in Iraq, now known as the cradle of civilization. The Lamassu in the Met was originally excavated from the Assyrian king Ashur-nasir-pal II's northwest palace at the capital city of Nimrud. Beginning in the 9th century BC, the kings of Assyria ruled over a vast empire centered in northern Iraq. The great Assyrian king Ashur-nasir-pal II embarked on a vast building program at Nimrud, funded by huge sums of money from forcibly taxing the states subject to its imperial rule. The wealth of Assyria is visible in the exquisite detailing of the Lamassu's elaborately styled beard, feathers, jewels, and harness, while the sheer size and quality of the carving symbolize the strength of the ruler. At over 10 feet tall and with the lion's powerful musculature and razor-sharp talons on its feet, the Lamassu is meant to dominate and intimidate the viewer. Also unusual is the fact that the Lamassu has 5 legs instead of 4. The 5th leg was an artistic convention enabling the viewer to see the figure from different perspectives. When standing in front, his 2 legs stand firmly, but when seen from the side, his 4 legs stride forward as if he is walking. Lamassu were the guardians of the kings and were placed at the entrances of important doorways and palaces to scare off enemies and evil spirits. Lions were stand-ins for Ishtar, the goddess of warfare and fertility, and one of Assyria's most important deities. Actual lions were common in the Middle East and survived there until the 19th century when they were hunted to extinction. Because the Assyrians and other ancient Near Eastern civilizations were mentioned so many times in the Old Testament, proof of the Bible drove early scholarly interest in Mesopotamia. But archaeology in the 19th century was as much a geopolitical tool for expanding colonial power as it was a search for history. The large-scale excavations conducted in Iraq in the 19th century uncovered fabulous antiquities, and the French and British vied with one another for political dominance by collecting these antiquities of Mesopotamia for their new museums back in Europe. Sketch drawings depict the British excavator of Nimrud, Henry Austen Layer, directing teams of local men to remove a Lamassu before it was shipped off to the British Museum in London. Others ended up in Paris, New York, Chicago, Istanbul, and Baghdad. What Am I Looking At is provided by KASU in collaboration with the Department of Art and Design at Arkansas State. Stay tuned next week for another look at art over your airwaves.